you to all of you who submitted topics and questions to the CWT Senior Leadership Team for the purposes of producing this video. As part of our efforts to spend time with our employees, we wanted to try something new this year through video. You have told us historically that hearing from the various leaders was important and allowed you as an employee to have a broader picture of our business. So during this video, we've tried to answer as many questions that were submitted as possible. If your question was not answered, please reach out directly to any one of us, as we would be happy to answer it one-on-one, or you can certainly address it to your specific leadership for follow-up. One of the key topics that was referenced in many of the questions was specific to IT and the recent migration. The CWT Canada and North American Leisure Leadership will not be answering this question specifically, as it is best answered by our IT leadership, which has been ongoing through communication from Kevin O'Connor, our Chief Information Officer, and John Pellant, our Vice President of Americas IT. Recognizing that the user migration has had challenges and pain points, it was an important first step to go through in order to make IT a key differentiator for CWT in the future. So we look forward to your feedback on this form of communication as we continue to ensure we are answering your ongoing questions. Over the last 6 months, leadership has focused on identifying the most optimal organizational structure to ensure future success. The defined structure is focused on critical areas, which are supplier management and marketing, consumer experience, product solutions, operations, and loyalty memberships. As part of the organizational focus, the team worked really hard to identify the right roles and responsibilities, and then align the most optimal talent to each role. I'm very pleased to say that we've completed that very important foundational task and are now heading into setting our 3-year vision. As you will hear from the senior leadership during this video, we're very clear on the critical pillars of our business, which includes Canada, the US, military and government, and loyalty membership opportunities. As we move forward, we will be building growth strategies for each of these areas, which themselves are multi-pronged and in some instances very intertwined.
Essentially, there are 4 boxes or leisure lines of business which have previously been managed independently. These are Canada, the US, US military and government, and loyalty or membership programs. Each of these boxes breaks down even further. So for Canada, we have owned offices or LLBs and franchise locations or associates. Within Canada, there are also regional considerations: Ontario, Quebec, Atlantic, and Western Canada, which adds to the complexity. The same can be said for each of the other businesses, which in our previous structure meant that CWT would negotiate and manage suppliers separately. The new structure centralizes supplier negotiations through a single point of contact, gives us table stakes through critical mass or volume, as the sheer size of the opportunity now contains 4 large businesses and allows us to shift our focus between portfolios, allowing us to grow more effectively and efficiently. The focus on the first part of the year was to determine what we needed in order to support the new structure, which meant streamlining our existing resources and shifting some responsibilities to other teams. We needed to ensure that we have the right people in the right roles to be positioned for success. Now that we have our new organizational structure in place, we started conducting a series of strategic planning and deep dive sessions with the NORAM Leisure Marketing and Supplier Management team to better understand the nuances and best practices of each of the businesses. We just had our first in-person session recently, and the team is energized and excited about all of the opportunities ahead of us. The feedback has been fantastic. Our suppliers are very excited about the new North American structure and see the value in bundling our negotiations and overall business. It will allow us to be more nimble, which will also enable us to manage according to market need, client buying behavior, and allow for delivery through the right channel to the right customer. There are so many fantastic opportunities for growth. love travel, and more particularly leisure travel. I spent a number of years in the insurance industry, where fulfillment only happens when something goes wrong. With leisure travel, we fulfill dreams. Much more exciting.
Loyalty is a broad topic. To CWT, this is referring to a segment of clients that have a group of employees or members where marketing efforts to this group can drive leisure travel, service business for us, and increased engagement for our clients. Today, these clients include financial institutions like Royal Bank of Canada and MasterCard, affinity programs such as Work Perks, membership groups like Royal Canadian Legion and Aegon, and employee benefit clients such as TD, JP Morgan Chase, and the U.S. government. With the team in place, we're now defining our go-forward strategies. The short-term focus will be via organic growth. That being said, developing a more robust means of client engagement and working closely with the marketing and supplier management teams to drive sales. The longer-term plan is via client acquisition, and we'll be building a target list. We want to prioritize and align those accounts that will fit best with our organization and the development of our loyalty offering. All of us on the loyalty team have North America responsibilities. Our client portfolio is across the US and Canada, and therefore, we want to leverage knowledge across the border in order to maximize skills, talent, and outcomes. That's an easy one. It's Life is an Adventure or Nothing at All by Helen Keller. That probably best represents my personal attitude, my passion for this industry, on traveling in general, and how I look at each new step in my career. I am invigorated by all that is new, and I love an adventure.
CWT's compensation department conducts annual surveys to make sure that our salaries and benefits are positioned well and competitively against the competition. These surveys are organized by professional firms who survey not only our competition, but many other service organizations across North America. These surveys are conducted annually, and the recent and historical survey data confirms that our salaries are very competitive against market. In the area of diversity, our recent focus has been on the support of employee partner networks, or EPN as they're called. Employee partner networks are commonly used by leading organizations in the area of diversity. These networks are comprised of employees who are passionate about the goals of the group and who are willing to recommend and drive initiatives to support the group. So some current active groups across CWT are the LGBTA, the LUNA, African American Travel Professionals, and the GET, or the Multi-Generational Team. Diversity is and continues to be a very important priority at the global and local level, and you should see more actions related to this topic in the near future. If you would like to get involved in diversity, or more specifically an employee partner network, please don't hesitate to send an email to diversitynoram@carlsonvagonly.com or contact anyone in HR directly. Well, when we do have spare time, when we're not at a hockey rink or soccer field, our family loves to spend time in nature, either camping or cottaging. We have 3 boys under the age of 10 at home, so this goes with the territory to have the requirement for lots of green space for them to run around.
Well, exciting growth opportunities exist for companies that can deliver a customer experience that is best in class. The consumer experience team will oversee quality and service delivery for North American leisure, including training, service standards, and operational excellence initiatives that will ensure consistent, and high-quality experiences for our customer. I'm really excited to be working with Diane Smith and our new team, who will be leading our new initiatives around consumer experience, service quality, and training. We are very fortunate in that we have a really experienced team. Between them, Diane, Janelle Sims, Deb Hagan, and Sugar Huddleston represent every corner of our North American leisure business. They understand how we can build our operations to make it easy for our frontline team to deliver the best service to our customers. I too have an extensive experience in leisure travel in Canada and in the US, and also in implementing quality initiatives, so we're all thrilled to be able to work on this initiative. Great question. To start with, we're going to do some work to better understand what best service looks like for our customers. And from there, we'll look at existing training and operations to see how all of that aligns. We also have operational excellence initiatives in corporate, customer experience in Leisure Canada, and moments of truth in US leisure. We'll want to take the best of everything and blend all of this together to create a substantial and exciting proposition that's a good fit for our North American leisure business and our customers, while also supporting our agents in their ability to deliver that best-in-class service. This is not a 2-month project, nor is it Flavor of the Month. This is the time to refresh our entire service culture, to align and enable our counsellors to provide the very best service experience, so that the voice of our customer is integrated into what we do each and every day. It's going to take us time to pull all of this together and to build a solid and common foundation that supports us all and that we can all use to grow our business and be successful. I see the future for US leisure as being simply exciting. For the first time in many years, we have the resources and the structure in place to support our leisure business. We've got many new initiatives, but we also know we've got some opportunities with technology enhancements and in our efforts to attract and recruit new talent. But these items are all being addressed as we develop new strategies to grow our business. Fun fact about me is that I just moved to a fabulous island in the Pacific Northwest, and I cannot get enough of those beautiful mountains and the ocean.
That is a great question, and one that has been asked of me before. The leisure sales process is a complicated one. Not only are we dealing with GDS air, car, hotel files, but we're also booking tours, cruises, and a la carte specialty products that often require us to use online sites, specialty tools, and even the old standby, the telephone. Couple that with scripting, client-specific loyalty processes such as Zoom and Go, client-based res cards, and teammate registrations, and top that off with file finishing and global matrix, wow, it can be very time-consuming at the very least. We hear your cry for help. The good news is that we're on it. Sherry has tasked us to do a full analysis on how we interact with clients across North America and the effectiveness of the tools we currently use to do so. We need to improve our frontline leisure processes and use innovative ideas to streamline the great work we do every day. And as one of our leisure managers noted, we need to build relationships rather than files. And I could not agree more. The new North American Leisure Product Solutions team has been newly created to review all future innovations in the leisure space. I'm happy to be leading this team, and mobility is top of mind. Mobility comes in many forms: pre-travel and post-travel, responsive website links, which means our websites can be viewed on multiple size devices such as tablet and cell phone, and travel apps such as CWT To Go and the CWT Holiday Maker. As we review all of our leisure mobility needs for Canada, USA, and military and government leisure, we're investigating all options, and CWT To Go is most definitely one of them. Skiing, of course. Love being a participant and a spectator. I had the opportunity of attending the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics. Standing at the bottom of the ladies downhill cheering on the Canadians was amazing. My husband and I own a ski and snowboard shop in Kitchener, and over the years I've been an instructor, a patroller, and a ski racer. I'm that person that starts yearning for snow in August. The sooner the snow flies, the longer it'll stay, the better. Not to say that I don't enjoy a vacation south, but all that snow does support my passion, and it encourages leisure travel sales too. So it's a win-win for me.
As many of you know, it was recently announced that Carlson Companies has agreed to buy out the 45% share that JPMC had in CWT. The anticipated close date of this transaction is likely in the month of August, once all regulatory processes are completed. This is actually very good news for CWT, as it clearly articulates in action the long-term commitment that Carlson Companies has in the future of CWT. As you also recently heard, Carlson Companies made the decision to sell off the TGI Fridays division, which was done very intentionally so that the family could raise the capital needed to take over 100% ownership of CWT. Carlson Companies has made a clear decision to be focused in the travel and hospitality industry, and owning both CWT and Carlson Residor hotels allows them to define and contribute to significant strategic growth strategies. The senior leadership at CWT is very excited about this change, although we do not anticipate significant changes on a day-to-day basis. CWT is managed through a board of directors that will now have new representation on it from the respective companies, Carlson family, and key business leaders. From a leisure perspective, we will actually be spending time talking to our sister company in Carlson Residor Hotels with respect to loyalty and membership opportunities. Now that there's 100% ownership between the companies, it may allow us unique opportunities to integrate our businesses in a more creative way than ever before. So far this year, we have seen strong leisure results against budget, even though our overall transactions are flat to budget. This is attributable to a strong average ticket and package price, as well as solid leisure revenue streams and ongoing managed cost. Our CWT concierge business continues to be very strong and showing continued double-digit growth year over year. And our U.S. leisure transient and group business has had a very strong first half of the year. In fact, all parts of the North American leisure structure are contributing to the financial success so far. Well, believe it or not, I actually started my career in the travel industry as a frontline consultant. I started in the leisure side of the house, and then I moved over to be a corporate travel consultant. It was a long time ago in our business. Actually, many people might say it was old caveman days, but the reality was technology didn't play the role that it did back then as it does today. I often pinch myself when we are having technical issues where I ask myself, boy, handwriting tickets wasn't all it was cracked up to be. So I'll stick with the technology we have today.
So travel counselors have a difficult job, and ultimately our role is to assist them so that they're able to achieve their targets. So I guess first and foremost, we are a resource for travel counselors. As a resource, we assist counselors with items like global matrix queries and all sorts of support. So let me give you an example. We assist counselors with items such as file crossover, matrix file establishment, agent numbers, a number of items. With a leisure counselor, we will assist them with items like commission verification, payment to vendors, collections, refund support, group income recognition, and a myriad of other related items. When it comes to our stewardship role, we have the benefit of observing, reviewing, and validating changes to files. So accordingly, once validated, we are instrumental in the communication of the required changes and if necessary, participate in the process redesign. Furthermore, we provide and develop a number of statistical and financial models that are leveraged by TS, M&E, and the LLB leadership for purposes of optimal decision making. So, in certain cases, before a counselor initiative has been initiated, the finance department has had some input in the metrics and design associated with the strategic plan. I grew up in a household where we had a pop man. Somebody would come to our house at least once a week and deliver pop. So to this day, I have a fascination with combining different flavors of pop. I'm that guy at one of those pop stations in a restaurant or a convenience store, mixing cola with grape, lemonade, and cream soda, just to get an idea of the taste. So I guess I'm a bit of a mad scientist when it comes to pop. So my favorite section, probably the pop aisle. Mind you, the junk food aisle, and specifically the jujubes, are a close second.